Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
PlasticNews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. PlasticNews.com. Don't forget the IQ. PlasticNews.com.
He was the first person to say, we should put comic books in plastic cases and grade them. He told George Lucas to hold on to the merchandising rights, and 3 3/4 would be the perfect scale for the figures. When the owner of Playmates Toys asked him how to compete with the big guys, he gave him his extra copy of TMNT #1. He is the most important collector in the universe.
I don't always need a grail, but when I do, I go to holygrailtoys.com. Keep hunting, my friend.
You're watching a Syndicate program.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in. It is now another episode of hopefully one of your favorite shows right here on the Shadow Nose Network. It is Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we are back at it again. Before we go any further, hit that subscribe, hit that like, drop a comment. I'm so excited about today's agenda. First off, tons of toy drama. We've had more toy drama in 25 and early 26 than I've never seen so many grown people fighting over toys since like Furby and Tickle Me Elmo in the Toys R Us days. I mean, it's wild out there. We're going to talk a little bit about that drama and controversy, get you caught up to speed, plus SH Figuarts, that's right, hitting U.S. retail. The big import maker of 6-inch and other collectible figures are now bringing their line to U.S. retail. What does that mean for toy collectors and other toy competitors? Plus, pre-order Mafia, other hot toy news, and what in the world is William Shatner up to again? We're going to get into that and much, much more. Stay tuned. Grab your popcorn, your whiskey, your Diet Coke, or your just apple juice, because we'll be right back. This is Pixels, Plastic, and Ink.
There are way too many lawsuits waiting to happen in that opening.
Oh man,
That
we're already getting DMs on Instagram
That
about
is-
you can't use Red
That is
Sonja.
wild. I am a stay-at-home mom.
Hey, I like Red Sonja. Hey, if you haven't watched that old school Red Sonja, you got some goosebumps for sure. But we're going to talk about the Red Sonja controversy. First off, let's jump right into how we are feeling. First off, again, every morning I get up, I pour my cup of coffee, take off my bathrobe, and I get on YouTube and I watch another episode of Good Morning Toy Box. So Mr. Storm and Chet Maddox to start my day. So if you haven't caught that already, click on that thumbnail and watch the replay of all the things that have happened throughout the week. And then you'll watch us here either live or you're the replay crew. Don't forget, we've got the Discord channel as well. It's the Syndicate. So if you're new to Discord, it's free. There are no hidden fees. You come in, join, talk toys, hang out with the podcast crew, collectibles, action figures, toy photography, get those purchase links, hidden secrets of the Targets and the Walmart finds, all those things. So again, if you haven't already, it's free. Jump on into the fastest growing community on Discord. Mr. Storm, how are you all doing? And first, to start with you this fine Friday evening.
Doing good. I'd like to welcome everyone to the pop culture revolution, and it is televised. So they're good, man. Ready to jump into some stuff tonight, man. Had a good show with my man, Mr. Maddox this morning. We tore it up in the morning, and now we're about to put the evening to rest, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
I love it. I love it. Dr. Brantley, how are you? I see you've chosen not the most fan favorite Red Sonja behind you.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just hanging out with Red Sonja, or this is an officially licensed one, so I should be fine. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, Steve is on deck just in case we get any messages or DMs. Chat Maddox, how are you this evening, sir?
Oh, I am fantastic. I'm excited about tonight. We were talking a little bit about it this morning, and I think we're going to get pretty deep into some toy fluff, let's call it. So yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully, everyone's here. If you're here for the first time, welcome in, and hope you enjoy the show. How are you doing, Rad? How's your day? I mean, obviously, I know your morning was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It's fantastic. And again, as I always describe, you are my coffee, and this show is kind of my, my late night little sip of something before I go to sleep, talking pop culture and toys. And we got a jam-packed agenda. Before we pass it off to Mr. Storm to walk us through what we got going on, let's say hello to who is in the chat this evening. Once again, we got Commander Bly. Time to drop some elite ball knowledge. If you take care of chickens, you are literally a chicken tender. There you go. That's quote of the day. Meeks the Mod. What's up, brother? Appreciate you hanging in. Stu, John, Jedi, hello, everyone. Welcome on in once again. Anybody ever see the It Crowd? Remember when they went to see a play? The play is basically being retold with Starfleet Academy. Oh, boy. Well, Dr. Brantley's very excited about that. Be some. What's
evening,
up, man? What's up, brother? Thanks for hanging in there. Sir Green Lantern, Rick Cage, ESQ, shalom, greetings, Cavaliers. Welcome on in. Welcome on back. Tripping with Toys, always hanging out. What's up? We're having a great evening. Thanks. Kaiju Daddy Japan, good afternoon, one and all. Hey, Kaiju Daddy, welcome on in. Appreciate you hanging out as well. Patty Atkins, as always, thank goodness it's Friday. You are darn right. I'm thankful it is Friday. Anybody else in the house? We got Spaded One, Mick Dysentery. Hola, friendos. Hey, man. Welcome on back. I love it. Love it. Great name. Judge Dreads. What's up, man? Welcome back as always. All right. And again, if you can't catch us live, don't hesitate to catch us on the replay. And for those of you who are just watching but don't comment or say, we'd love for you to participate. Jump in the chat, ask us some questions, give your feedback. It's a great community. So without further ado, Mr. Storm, let's jump right into things.
There you go. Let's hit the drum roll right here for episode 97.
Whoa,
that's right. 97. Wow. You watched the rest. Now you're watching the best. Pixel, Plastic, and Ink. Tonight, our rundown is going to be Four Horsemen versus Red Sonja. SH Figure Arts is coming to U.S. retail. And, of course, our favorite segment, hopefully your favorite segment, Pre-Order Mafia. We got some multiple Mondos tonight. Hot Toys is, part of the 7 C's somewhere. And Factory Entertainment, Listen to Fans. On Plastic News on SKN, we got the Hail Mary popcorn buckets. Nobody better asked for that, but we got them. Captain Kirk does some rock.
Wait a minute, he does rock. Where I come from, rock could be. What's going on with Captain Kirk?
It's not The Rock, it's just rock.
Oh, okay. All right.
Marvel's getting some cookies. Funko gets a little extra time. Mass returns to comic. That's hot off for the other presses. I like to see Steve making mistakes right here. A stick that's supposed to be Superman versus Spider-Man artists first. Then we're going to talk about the Syndicate Network and Discord. And if you don't know the Syndicate, it is the network and Discord for Bliss Transmissions, for Sorlac Digest Podcast, and for us over here at SKN Shadow Nose Network. Got some upcoming events that we're going to run down to you, and a preview of Monday Starlac Toy Chest. That's right. Let's kick it into high gear. And let's start off the night with the most, controversial thing that happened during the week. And what is going on with Red Sonja?
These are two different characters. Come on. They knew exactly what they were doing. She was wearing a metal bikini. That's the only thing that Red Sonja ever wears.
Yeah. There's a difference. Judge Rick said, "Oh yes," and this Sonja question. I thought that was a little too hot for y'all. Oh no. We got to brother.
We got to cover it. Does everybody know what exactly happened? Maybe we should just recap quickly the controversy, because I'm not sure everybody here what exactly transpired between this Red Sonja character, who's not called Red Sonja, but the legendary warrior from Four Horsemen, the convention exclusives that they do every year. And they included a couple of different head sculpts with this character. One being, you could say, similar to a Red Sonja, but you got to remember, Four Horsemen does a lot of fantasy style characters, a tribute. They've done things that are very He-Man-like, Conan-like. That's the style. And it was probably more of homage to Red Sonja versus trying to make any crazy money off the character. And as you can see to the right, you have Boss Fight Studios that actually has the licensed IP to the Red Sonja figure. You could tell these are a little bit different here. But I think the drama came, Mr. Storm, when, I don't think things were handled as properly as we could. So that is kind of what happened. And, we had somebody who apparently owns the Red Sonja license, Red Sonja LLC, and they were very active on Instagram and socials and caused quite a stir in these Four Horsemen Instagram across socials. It was a little bananas. Mr. Storm, I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, before we begin, let me answer this Red Bear Kaiju Daddy. He said, yes, bro. We know that that they have been in the U.S. stores, but we are talking about the whole Mondo and Grogu thing. But that's I'll get back to these comments when we get into the second section after this, because I know you got a couple other ones right there. So I just didn't want to make sure we're missing that. You know what? I don't know. At first, it seemed like, and the whole thing was, everybody was all in the Facebook groups and everything, thinking it was Boss Fight Studios at first. So the whole thing was thinking that they were going in and they were DMing, people that were on this chain that was going through the Four Horsemen, and it technically was not Boss Fight. We've come to find out that it was the Red Sonja LLC, the holder of the license, that was doing that. And then, like Mr. Maddox alluded to earlier today, when Steam started hitting, there was a hard recourse, and then there was excuse scenarios that popped in and kind of said, well, hey, you know what? It's don't get all on me. I'm on, I'm basically a stay-at-home mom and everything. And so basically tried to back out of that, but yet, you did have enough time to DM people and like hit some pretty terrible thing. So at first we thought it was Boss Fight, and that's caused a bunch of people to start deleting and going in and canceling their orders through Boss Fight. And also there was a lot of, curse words that were written on a bunch of Boss Fight posts that were on Facebook and Instagram, and and it's not them. It's the license holder, Red Sonja LLC, that did this. Now, Four Horsemen took a classier road on this. They didn't have to do this. They just said to themselves, you know what, this is not working itself out. Let's make a pivot and make a change. They don't really have to do that. They could have just been like, well, the heck with this. We're going to do this anyways. Take us to court. Why risk that, right, Mr. Maddox?
Yeah. I think Four Horsemen's response, what they did, I think it's good. This is just a don't poser and a cover pose that copies Red Sonja comics. And I'm a little bit on the Real Royals side on this one. It's like you did know what you were doing. But look, they do Viking figures very well. And I think that with what happened with this whole Red Sonja thing in Boss Fight, Judge said, it seems to me that people have subjective outrage. Not too long ago, people were mad about the pit KO from China. Yeah. So I think, how much of a knockoff that is, I don't know, because the original pit came from China. So I don't know, but yeah, look, this is just some silly drama, some stuff that just didn't really need to happen. And ultimately, end of the day, yeah, Four Horsemen made the decision to pull what they did and pull the heads and lower it. So it's good. It's good stuff. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any more drama around this, or if it was just kind of like the one and done and we're good.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing about this. I'll read this one comment. However, I just bought the Boss Fight Red Sonja before all the drama, and I'm happy with it. If you're happy with it, that's great. One of the aspects that I will say that I was a tad bit disappointed on, and it wasn't so much from Four Horsemen, but it was more from the consumer that purchases Four Horsemen. In a lot of the Facebook groups and even on their response messaging and everything else like that, people are like, oh, well, if it doesn't come with the two heads, then I'm just not going to buy it and everything. If you look at the loadout packs of all this stuff, there's a lot of items with it. After a while, you're kind of like, okay, man, your outrage is a little bit too far. And if they're removing the two heads, it's, oh, well, they should just give it to us and pay for it later down the line. Like, no, there's a reason why. And the one major thing with Four Horsemen, which we know that we have a lot of people that we know that were doing that line, they do customizations. Paint the hair yourself if you want it. If you're that outraged by it, just paint it yourself, right, Mr. Brittany?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think the Four Horsemen one looks a lot better than the Boss Fight version of this figure. Yeah. So, I would, if I wanted a Red Sonja, I would get the Four Horsemen and just paint the hair myself.
And that's exactly what the Real Royal Rhino says, and actually it's very true. It's like, but they I know they have a loyal purchasing crowd and they're diehard fans, but this is the first time I saw that they the outrage was at Boss Fight, which is unfortunate because they didn't have anything to do with this. And it wasn't subjected back to the person until way later down the line, until people started doing this. And our friend of the channel, our buddy, it's Chad, had some, he threw up some comments and he said, make it make sense. And he was basically kind of given a thing where he thought that in the same way they did a good job, Four Horsemen, saying, you know what, let's just remove ourselves from the controversy. But then he also stated that homages have been done. And he pointed out that if you look at Fresh Monkey Fiction, and right now they've got basically a Cobra Commander walking around, a hooded Cobra Commander in a different line. And yet that seems to be a little bit okay, but yet this kind of situation worked. Look, I got to tell you, the chainmail, I think if this character didn't have the chainmail, I don't know if they would have had a gripe with it. I think the chainmail was the part that kind of was like, okay, this is a little bit too
You know
close.
exactly what character this is if you just see, even with the blonde head or the brunette.
Yeah.
It looks like Red Sonja. She's only worn this outfit for years. So, it's like they knew exactly what they're doing. And, it's easy to, mix them up, I guess. And that's the problem. You don't want to mistake it for an officially licensed one because you get legal problems. Just because some don't like a company doesn't mean I won't buy from them.
Yeah, it was confirmed over on Instagram too. Someone on watching the live on Instagram said, yeah, it was some mom with 3 kids.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest issue that I have is like I get the likeness. We don't know what happened previously. I would assume that any professional would have privately DM'd
I would hope.
4 Horsemen and said, "Hey, FYI, we know some similarities here." We don't know. We don't have the details. I'm not going
Yeah.
to assume.
Mhm.
I would just think like that would probably be your first step. But if it wasn't, and your first step was officially licensed at Boss Fight Studio, of course you're going to get like, who the hell is this? Why are you coming in here? Especially with the big following that the Horsemen have. So at the end of the day, it was rectified. It sucks that we don't get the head sculpts. It's still a cool figure regardless on the convention circuit, and then later down the line you'll be able to pick it up from their website. But it's silly how it was handled, in my opinion. But then again, we don't know all the details here. But I think it was a blowback to your point, Mr. Storm, on Boss Fight,
Yeah.
and put them in a bad spot when it could have just been handled a little bit differently. By the way, you can get, I mean, they make KO figures of Red Sonja. You can go and pick
Yeah.
up. There's 90 different versions on various like sites. But either way, both figures are pretty cool. But I get it. I totally get it. It's just kind of weird controversy in Instagram comments. Didn't
Yeah.
have to be that way.
Yeah,
Well-
but they shouldn't have done it in the first place because they knew this was going to be a problem. Someone should have told them at least this is going to be a problem. Red hair, metal bikini, barbarian lady.
Yeah, true. Let's not ignore the chat. TD3 Trooper, welcome in, sir. How you doing, brother? Look, here's one of the main things, the main issues that I'll give to it. There's a right and wrong way. Odd Frog Entertainment, welcome in. Controversy sells. There's so much more attention on this figure than there would have been. Kind of smart in that regard. I don't know if they would say that, if they were thinking it was smart. I think the aspect is there's a cordial way of doing business. And obviously the individuals that are the license holder to Red Sonja don't understand that concept, because you could have handled this behind the scenes, spoke to people, and act like, basically grown adults. And what you did was, harass and do everything that we ripped on major companies like NECA for a couple of years ago. So you don't get a free pass because you're in this situation. You chose to go into those DMs and you chose to actually tell people and threaten and do those type of things. You have a responsibility for what you say. This is not the point. There's consequences to everything you do. So I totally believe that while, did 4 Horsemen put themselves into a not great situation? Yeah, they did. And maybe too, because they're a smaller company. I don't know if they sat with legal and somebody said, nah, maybe you should kind of go shy from this. But hopefully in the future, they retain some legal counseling and this kind of thing doesn't happen again, because this was just a mess. And I don't know if 4 Horsemen look good. I don't know if Red Sonja looks good. I know it hurt unintentionally the Boss Fight Studio. So does anybody win from this one? What do you think, Chet?
No, I don't think anybody wins. I think, I don't know. I guess you'd have to kind of figure out what a win is, right? I think it's settled where it need to settle. I don't really think they look alike. I don't think they look alike either. So, I think it really had to do with the poses they were doing. I know there's one side of it where everyone says that they're right. There's another one that says that they weren't. I know there's also a comment that came in from Royal Rhino that we're going to get into as well. So and that is that they removed the hair so people feel like they should have gotten more value. You didn't drop the price, but you removed the head. People feel gypped.
They did drop the price.
They did drop the price. Yeah. They removed 2 heads and dropped it $10. So it's like $5 a head. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, look, it is what it is. I don't understand. My confusion is what you said, and we talked about this morning, and then we talked about it before. Like, my confusion is the 4 Horsemen community is a massive, like, I mean, they do massive customizations. So I mean, people already started painting faces for it. So it's like, all right, well, you get it $10 cheaper now. Continue to paint the face. Like, I don't. Yeah. It is, but hey, it is what it is. It's something that I think is just a little too much drama for the realization of toys. Do some due diligence next time. Is all I'm gonna say.
Well, look forward to our new figure that's coming out, Red Senorita, that we'll be launching in 2 weeks. Right here on SKN. The chainmail's a little bit different. She still has red hair, swords, and she's going to come with 2 axes and an eye patch head sculpt, just to make it a little bit different.
And I think people right off the bat, it's definitely not a Xena warrior figure princess.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely not.
Odd Frog said, I agree with you, Alex. I don't think they were intending it, but regardless, there's a lot more attention on that figure than there would have been, I think.
Absolutely. I would definitely agree with you on that one, man. Yeah. And Judge Red lets us know $5 a head. Yeah, they're pretty much, they took off 10. So, I don't know if they just did that out of the point price wise or something, but it goes to tell you
it's $10 cheaper now. Who cares?
Yeah.
Toy clicks are
annoying. Yeah, he does get me.
Well, yeah, and people are going to now like start taking sides.
Yeah, like, and that's what they were doing from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely doing that. But I sat with our legal expert, Timmy Mint from the law offices of Mint and Mint, who is a 20-year toy advocate attorney. And the one thing that I will say that he kind of advised me on was, we can pull it up right here and look at the pricing for where we're at right now. Let's see. And we're looking at the pricing right here, and it's basically like they knocked it down. Warrior, the 2 heads were removed, but that's a lot of accessories. So a lot of people are actually upset and everything else like that. And it's there. I think that's a pretty good amount of accessories, even if you remove the 2 heads from it. It's not bad, man.
And the blonde is going to be very easy to paint red.
You would hope. And also, they've got different faces and everything. People are not into this just so it, you can definitely do that. And actually, welcome in Darth Moocher. Good evening, all. Sorry I'm late and everything. Everybody, unbelievable. Kristen Bell is Amy Rose. Yep, heard that for Sonic. Was that Sonic 4 or 5? Sonics are stacking up there, aren't they? Basically, so basically, redheads are cheap.
Well, look, if you're looking to make some money, what you could do is you could produce the red head sculpts and then wait outside of every 4 Horsemen convention. So when people pick this figure up, you can sell them at $10 a pop to include. Hey, hustle.
No, apparently 4 Horsemen have that head and one other one up for sale.
There you go.
But I can't find it, so I don't know.
It's all right. So we're rolling through again, like I said, but I did again. I made sure I took some time this afternoon, and unfortunately, like I was telling Mr. Max, I gotta have a talk with Mr. Mint because he said at the end of the call, "Hey, I'll take that off your retainer." I said, "Excuse me, hold on. I was just asking you a question. Wasn't for a consultation or anything." But he wanted to point this out and everything because he said if he was advising Red Sonja, there's a couple other companies that they actually need to get away with, and he wants to do something about that. So you bring it down here. He said, Warner Brothers is going around and doing some slander with their Red Witch. He says Marvel's gotten along too far with the Scarlet Witch right here, and it's redhead. He said also I think Disney's kind of screwed people over in Brave, and then he went back and said the original perpetrator of this was the right holder of Pippi Longstocking. So he wants to know that more lawsuits will definitely be coming in the future because he's going to contact Red Sonja LLC, and he's going to go after it. So if you do have a redhead out there, any character, any situation out there, understand they're coming for you now, man. So what do you guys think? Do you think there's any new cases that we'll be seeing in the next couple of months?
No, I don't think we'll see a redheaded figure or actress or actor in cinema. I think Hollywood's going to stay clear, just because of this whole controversy. No more redheads. They'll be they'll be the grail figures in the market. That's my prediction. Too much drama for redheads.
We welcome in actually the
So
ever
Skelly?
sexy Mr. Scully. What's going on, chat? What's good evening, sir? And all the Stu John Jay say gingers don't have souls. I have to take your word on that, brother. So, all right. Well, again, from one redhead to another else occurred to Conan the Barbarian IP, so Marvel back in the day over He-Man.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Which, again, if they see there's an opening, there's definitely going to be an opening for that. Sir Green Lantern actually put in Red Riding Hood. They may be the original license holder actually. So I don't know. I'll talk to Mr. Min. I'll get back.
No, Red Riding Hood is suing. I think Red Riding Hood is actually suing.
Could be Red Sonja.
No. Why am I blanking on their name? Big Bad Workshop, because they have a figure that has a red cape over a skeleton. So they said that looks too much like Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yeah. And don't let me.
better look out.
And we start talking about Chucky the doll with red hair. I mean, things get really interested in child's play
again, man. You never know. The rear end adventure. Yep. Yeah. Well, like I said again, we got to roll in. So let's roll into the next one. And like we were getting earlier, I think Kaiju Daddy pointed out. Let me get back up to his comments right here. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see. There you go. Right here, where he stated that SH Figuarts have been in the U.S. Retail, and if you're referencing the Galactic Figures SH Figuarts Star Wars post, take that with a massive grain of salt. And he says that Hasbro hasn't relinquished their control over the market and isn't going to anytime soon. I think this was interesting that we saw it early when they said, hey, they're going to be popping into the market, going to retail, and it's not going to be like, Target, Walmart, things like that. They basically have like, boutique shops and certain different distribution, but they're trying to stick a little foothold in it. Hasbro's not going to just walk away and just let them have that. It's not going to happen like that. This is Hasbro market, and they're going to fight for it. You've seen some of the stuff that they've been doing lately with some of their figures, like Lord Starkiller. They're coming to fight. So, we were at Frankenstein's and we saw the Boba Fett with the throne room. The one thing that I say is I love SH Figuarts, but the scale doesn't seem to pair as well as it does when it comes to the Star Wars Black Series. I don't know. Mr. Maddox, what do you think about it?
Look, I love SH Figuarts. I think they're great. They are fantastic for shooting photos, but I'm at this point where I just don't have enough, and I really like the size and scale of 1/12, and SH Figuarts is just really small. Now, like Boba Fett, SH Figuarts, fantastic with the throne and everything.
Yeah.
I just think that the scale is off from absolutely every other thing I collect. So I would never say that they're not good, and I'll buy them if they have their place, but it's it's got to be few and far between for me at least.
Yeah. And,
yeah, didn't Toys R Us have some SH Figuarts at the end there? I think they did. I don't remember. The bigger issue with like large U.S. retail distribution is that most of the figures in this line are expensive, and so like at the standard price points, they're a little pricey to hang from Target or Walmart shelves. The good news is that you're starting to see more of this pop up in like the Best Buys, especially the Dragon Ball Z stuff, the anime stuff. The rumor is that they're going to start to reduce price points on some of the major IPs that they have, like the Spider-Man Gamerverse stuff, which is still pretty pricey, the new Spidey stuff that's coming out, and a few other things. If they do, they might get shelf space. The original Paul saw confirmation from Disney. I have an idea who was contact. Disney isn't the one to contact. It would be Hasbro or Bandai. So I think the commitment is that Bandai is trying to broaden their reach here in U.S. retail. You can still find them online. There's no question about it. But it would be incredible over the next couple of years if we were able to see more SH Figuarts lines at the $30, $40, $50 price point. Because right now, the average price point is much higher than that. So anime, Dragon Ball, all those things are very popular right now, but it'd be cool to see more Star Wars stuff, more Marvel stuff. They have tons of cool IPs. Love to see more like Monster Art stuff. Bandai's they're bringing the heat, and I do think this year in 2027 is going to be game changing. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff going on with taxes and tariffs and imports. Obviously, today big shakeup in tariffs, but I think that's what we are hopefully to expect. So there's a little bit better market share when it comes to some of these IPs versus Hasbro or Mattel dominant. So I love the imports. Sign me up.
And welcome in No Likes Given over at Kick. Welcome in, man. Sujan Jedi says, I like all that SH Figuarts stuff, and they're just expensive. And yes, they're going to need, if they're really going to compete with Hasbro, that expense point is very high on their point. So will the prices come down? That the tariffs
of course.
That's
the
Star Wars tomorrow.
The Star Wars. Does anybody? I don't own any Star Wars SH Figuarts, but I mean they look. I love the box.
Mooch owns a bunch of them.
They look great. They look
great. They do.
They
all look incredible.
Yeah, when we were at Frankenstein's, they looked fantastic and everything. It's just
he had them all. Remember that dude?
Yeah,
he had 30, 40 collection. I was like, wow, they made them all. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
it must be some of them are hard to find like overseas. So
I'm sure.
Yeah,
and get this I saw bringing on a competition feeds innovation. Yep, it does. It does breed innovation. Judge Dredd. Well, we'll see. And
hopefully SH Figuarts drops their prices, not everyone else raises theirs.
Well, I really kind of think we were talking about this morning on the Good Morning Toy Box. Mattel's kind of hit that kind of point where it is. I do wish the overseas companies could sell here. I think you'll start seeing that a little bit more too, because there's a natural point of with people, the supply chain situations going. I think you will see a lot more imports that are popping in. Mr. Maddox, we were talking about that. I think you think Mattel is going to actually change the way that companies are going to have to see, because if you got somebody who's undercutting everyone, how long do you stay steady at that price range?
I don't know that you can, and we talked about it specifically in terms of just quality for price, right? So the figures. The figures that came out for Mattel for the Motu movie, the movie figures are going to be sold at like $24.99. So see, as a director talks about this all the time, but like being $24.99, that figure looks like the same green as a frog. There's a lawsuit, So I think the figures being $24.99 for Mattel with the same level of articulation, paint applications, deco, again, ain't happening anytime soon. I think with Mattel running it at that price, right? Like if they release that Battle Cat with the amount of articulation it had, and the jaw goes up and down, the teeth go in and out. If that's like a $30, $35 figure when that comes out, because remember they said it was gonna be from $24.99 to like $35, I think is what they said.
Yeah.
So that is a massive blow to the pricing of figures.
Yeah.
At a level that only Mattel could compete with against Hasbro. And the quality we saw from Toy Fair with people getting up and close and really into it, it's crazy,
Yeah.
As long as Mattel can make a profit at the price that they're doing it, I think they are going to dominate this industry and force everyone else to drop their prices just to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Let's hit up some comments right here. I bought my SH Figuarts Street Fighter, and
my Toys R Us.
Yep, and has a discount of $30 at SH Figuarts. Okay, all right, well there you go. It says they used to be on Amazon, but not anymore. Yeah, that could have been something. Judge Drastic acknowledging that it's the chat is on fire tonight. Good chat tonight. Great. Glad it is. And this one is Jada's also showed us what they can get.
100%.
And he's right on that one, man. Absolutely right. And everything else is that. You know, all I can tell you is that
I like this comparison.
Okay.
Just like Arizona tea. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we get a transformer that transforms into an Arizona tea can?
You know what? I definitely could get that. You know, not that you know, when we was working with Shaq and everything else, that we drink that Shaq. That one was like diabetes in a can, bro. Like I hope that they don't do that. Do it to like a different flavor, because you know somebody almost died and everything. You know, you try to be
Mr. Storm. We want the door to still be open with Shaq, and just called his drink.
He knows, man. I talked to him. He knew that. Like I said, but brother got my email address, but he knew. I told him, said, bro, this is too far. This is too much.
It doesn't affect him the same because he's just got a lot more body mass than everybody else.
Yeah, but they still cut your foot off, brother.
Oh,
here you go,
Meeks. Some gifted sub.
All right, gifted subs 5 from Meeks. We've got Jedi on the Gray Path received 1. Shane Shooter 9550. Jason Steele Castle Grace Skull. Welcome. And the last one is Prometheus EKOA. So congrats to all the gifted, and thank you, Meeks, for doing that. Yes, Meeks does strike again. If you don't know, Meeks gets on these tirades of gifting subs all the time. So
exactly. And as we always say when we get new people in, welcome to the family. Yep. So all right, well, guess what? Okay, well, you know, we've seen some drama. You know, we've gotten some new figures on the market. You know what it's time for? Pre-order Mafia.
Leave the Super 7. Take the McFarlane.
Look, man, after Toy Fair, I think that is something that is 100% true. So for those of you who don't know, Pre-Order Mafia is probably my favorite segment in this whole show. Thank you to everyone who's over on Instagram, everybody over on YouTube. You have now entered into the best part of the show. Pre-Order Mafia is our 3-tiered rating system. The caveat here is that these are our opinions. They're not the opinions of everybody. While they should be, they are not. But it's a 3-tier rating system. 1, it's a made figure. This means that this figure is one that we think that you should buy. And if you don't buy it, we have zero clue why you even collect. And we think it's something that you should buy, have on your shelf, get an extra one, keep it in box, sell it for later. The number 2 is forget about it, and that is a figure that you could understand why people would buy, but you maybe don't collect that, or you don't want it. You don't think it's something that you want to collect, and so we'll give you a pass. And you know, if you buy, you buy it. If you don't, it's fine. Number 3, it needs to sleep with the fishes. That's self-explanatory. We said it in the beginning of this. Super 7 announced all these licenses, and they all are the reaction figures. So we'll all see them at Roscon. They're all going to be at the bottom of the ocean. They're going to sleep with the fishes. And the best part is there's always a hidden one, whether it's, a boss figure or a cement shoe figure, that always comes up. But that is Pre-Order Mafia. So get involved in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, put all your thoughts and prayers, I guess, for bad figures in the chat. What's your opinion? I'm shocked. LOL, fire. Yeah.
Well, like I said, again, we're going to start off an interesting week. Normally, this does not happen, but we've seen this starting to happen because the first couple of months has been, like I would say, probably the pre-order apocalypse. There's been so much stuff that's been firing down, but we've got Mondo's got 3 tonight, and that's normally not the case. But we jump in the first one and everything. Everybody's been off this wave. If you haven't watched the animated series, it's pretty good over on Disney Plus. X-Men 97 is all the rave, no matter what company you're in, whether it's Hasbro or now we're talking about Mondo. This is the Mr. Sinister. This is limited to 12 1,250 units, and it is a deluxe limited edition variant. This one is for 265, which is surprisingly enough, it's still available there. But now with the Mondos, I don't think any of us collect Mondo, right? None of us are kind of in the Mondo.
I
right?
I don't, because I, on pure transparency, found out about them too late.
Yeah.
And these are ones that I would want to have, like, all of them. But it's also I'm cool with, because it's not really my scale either. But I've seen these in person. They're fantastic. Mondo, forget about it. Yep. This is about it for me as well. So
if you collected Mondo and Hot Toys, your credit cards would be sleeping with the fishes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, this is too, it's crazy.
Or if you were with a wife, you'd be sleeping on the street.
Look, what I love,
sleeping on the street.
Yeah.
You buy 3 Mondos, you sleeping on the street.
That's even better than being like a boss figure. It's like, look, where I think that the Mondo figures, I don't know, this is meant for me, but I don't collect this. Yeah, look at these figures photograph very well, like very well. They've done some really awesome figures. They're matte. They photograph like, they're matte finishes, so they're awesome. But again, when your figure stand can look like this figure stand, it's an expensive figure.
Yeah, exactly. Just said I still like my Toy Biz Mr. Sinister, and it's probably about worth the same amount of price, right?
Well,
the
I was
value.
going to say it originally cost like $250 less than this one.
I mean, you could buy, with this amount, you could buy 53 Red Honya head sculpts.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, prioritize what you want. This is great. Look, I think it's forget about it. It's one of the cooler Mondo things.
Same thing.
But it's just, look, I got Hot Toys, but this is next. This is, you start collecting this, and I'll be on the street, Mr. Storm. And, can you bring me some blankets, sir? Because it's a little cold with my Mondo.
I will bring you some X-Men 97 blankets.
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this one. Look, he says I could have a lot more fun doing other things with that $265. Yeah, look, that 265 point is like, normally I've seen them for like 130 or something. Yeah, you're like, okay, if you're on the fence about it. 265 is like, nah, this is damn near investment. This is something I've got to call my insurance company for. It's like, no, it's a forget about it for me. I don't think it sleeps with fishes. I think they're beautiful. I think they do good work over at Mondo. It's just like almost every character out of the bat is over a couple $100. I ordered 6-inch Mondo He-Man, and the 12-inch or the 12-inch would have been a favorite character like Evil Lynn, which is sold out. And that's the one thing that I'm surprised that this thing is already up for pre-order. Normally, the limited editions do go out real quick. As of 4 p.m. this afternoon, it was not sold out. So if that's letting you know, I think everybody's pocketbook is catching up to them, because there has been a bunch of pre-orders in the last 6 weeks. Amazing. So,
by the way, if you have not pre-ordered that 6-inch He-Man and Skeletor, it's the first 6-inch wave of Mondo. It looks amazing, and if you can get it now, before that movie drops, they're gonna sell out like crazy. So if there's any inclination you want them, pre-order them now. You could always cancel later, but I'm telling you, they're gonna be so hard to find once that movie drops.
Yep.
Yeah. TD3 Trooper says 1/6 is just too rich. It's not my scale. That's also, I think if you've already been buying the 1/8, it's kind of hard to up or kind of hard to go down. You kind of set into a scale. So that's always a point. But yeah, this forget about for me, Dr. Brentley. I pretty much, I'll just answer for you. So forget about it for you too, right?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Maddox, did you give yours?
Mr. Sinister? No, this is a forget about it. I totally get why people collect these. They're gorgeous. I've seen them in person. They are some of the best looking figures from X-Men 97. They're absolutely gorgeous. Mondo does really good on paint applications. And just as a heads up, that Motu 2000X 112 scale Skeletor and He-Man are both available still to pre-order. However, Man at Arms is not. So
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works itself out. We'll move on to the next Mondo item. If you're in, this is the line that has been, I think a lot of people were excited about, and it has been paying off. And I will give them credit. There's only so many limited characters with the real Ghostbusters that they've really kind of spaced out the offerings. It hasn't been like they've hit it up and kind of just moved on. So they're kind of giving you a little bit of time in between dropping. This is Janine. She's at $140 right now. The pre-orders don't go up until next week, February 24th. But the real Ghostbusters have almost always sold out. So make sure that you're actually putting it in. They do have a window, though, February 24th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, closing on March 10th. So, but this one actually, too, I love how the diagram of the person holding it, too, because, it also does help. But the accessories, I give them credit on the accessories. This is a lot of accessories.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the 1980s computer. That's pretty nice.
Exactly.
That BS, that red Sonja could have been a nod to Tyrus Flair from Golden Axe, just to take away the customer's choice to display their figure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it could have, like Storm Collectibles could have came in and said, "Hey, what about this?" And for sure.
Well, this is close enough. Mondo needs to be careful as well too. So
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this, Red Sonja has to have a day job. So
let me tell you something. Timmy Mick is corrupting you guys. There's a lawsuit around every corner now. For good sake.
This is This is, I don't know. Not for me.
For the Ghostbusters, it's kind of hard. Janine is a character, but if there's no you're gonna have to go from order like the online. There's some beautiful 1/12 scale firehouses because she's not really off. They didn't come with like the version where she's the with the Ghostbuster pack and everything in the jumpsuit. So this is like basically you're making a firehouse office, but it's would look kind of cool with the Hasbro HasLab Ecto 1 if you did do a diorama on the shelf. That would kind of look cool with it, man.
Yeah.
And so I don't get the extra legs parts. Is Mondo not the articulated enough to sit down?
I don't think the waist. I don't think the joints.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. These aren't that articulated.
Yeah, I like that though. The legs, so you can sit her down in the chair like she's actually just doing her job, sitting at the computer. And yep, it's a redhead, TD. So
yeah, forget about it. Yep, he's absolutely right on this one. This one goes for me too. Forget about it. But I think they did a great job, and I think the accessories are that's a ton of accessories for $140. I'm digging that a little bit on that. I think you're getting your value for that, Mr. Maddox.
This is definitely they are crossed. This is definitely forget about it for me. If I was to buy this, it'd be for all the little like sub minion pets. But yeah, I mean, look, great. They're great. These are fantastic. Not my style. Ghostbusters. There's not a whole lot you can collect in Ghostbusters once you collect it. So,
oh, great idea. Yes.
That would be cool.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. I think this is a forget about it, but I have to say I've never seen office equipment like this on any other toy. So if you need some office supplies for your figures, this is a great thing to buy.
Well, it is
Dr. Brindley starting like Staples 1/12 scale store.
I wouldn't even say Staples. It's more like he's like toy photography decorator now. He's starting to get out there. It's already done. It's toy fashion show that we got to work on. So
look, even the X-Men, someone has to be sitting behind the desk going like, oh, hey, we got a call. We got to go get in the jet. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, not into Ghostbusters at all and everything. Look, it's the good thing about it, if you were into it, Judge, it's a quick line. There's only like 4 characters, 5 maybe at the most, and you could stop. So that's why I think it jumps around so much, because you can finish off a line real quick with that. Yeah. And one more says certain looks can't be reflected through articulation. Let's
we got a big
parts.
we got a shout
Awesome.
out over on Instagram. Toylanta is in the chat.
Oh,
So,
hey, what's going on?
Thank you for saying hi.
Roy Atlanta, let them know that we will be there.
Jack's Toy Box is in.
Jack's Toy Box.
Hey,
Not something customs. I can't see it. It's weird. Toylanta says, "Bustin' makes me feel good."
He's right on that and everything.
Yes,
and right over here, it says Ghostbuster fans don't play through when it comes to the HasLabs.
yeah, everything has been funded.
Yeah.
Incredibly successfully, even those proton packs and everything.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, they do not. Those collectors are diehard. That's for sure.
Absolutely. We'll roll through the next one. And the next one right here is Jossum, as knocking right down to my boy, Mr. Maddox.
That is a shelf piece.
It is.
Look at that shelf piece.
That is. And there's a couple of key things that makes this even a little bit better. You know, you've got him crushing up, I think that's a street meter or something. I love this shark through the asphalt. That's kind of cool. And then I love also the extra face to put on it. If you're into anything in the 80s and everything, I know a lot of people are saying, well, there's rip-offs of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then there's guys that competed well with them. The Street Sharks competed well with TMNT, and they were a little bit of a different show. But I love all the characters. I think this is a primo piece right here. He's pretty big. So you got till February 26th to actually pre-order this. So we're telling you in advance because the first offering they did of Street Sharks sold out, and I see Judge Dredd. Yeah, he's sleeping with the fishes for this one. But I don't know if he's sleeping with the fish or he's going to feed the fish to the shark. So there's a difference. But look, it's still a forget about it for me. But I think this is a nice looking piece. It's kind of cool. It's different from what Mattel did. You can see the two contrasts from it.
Yeah.
What do you think? You going to pick this one up, Rad? The Street Shark in your future?
No, man. This look. This goes back to like how many lines can you collect? And Street Sharks are going to be a no for me. But I'm telling you, if you want a shelf piece, somebody comes in your collector room and sees this big boy on a shelf, they're going to ask questions. So I always thought Street Sharks were cool, but that whole TMT, like that wild, Ghostbuster animated, that real like color pop. Wasn't really a big fan of collecting those things. But this one's cool, man. How much is this thing? $150.
It's 170.
170.
There you go. Well, we've got, before we hit up Dr. Brentley, a lot of he sleeps with the fishes from TD Drooper. And
belongs in the ocean, that's for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Dr. Brentley? This is sleeping with the fishes or forget about it for you?
That's a forget about it because it looks great. I think it would be cool if you like Street Sharks. This is a great thing to put on your shelf. You can even put just the fin going on your desk and have the shark behind you. But it's not for me. I wouldn't collect this, but I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is where I think eats the fishes. Yeah, this is where I think, like, speaking personally, this is where I think like collections collide.
Yeah,
because this is absolutely like a made figure for me, because my start in the toy industry was going and hunting down extremely rare, expensive vinyl toys. I love the vinyl toy industry. I think it's fantastic. It's the original sit on shelf, and 170 is well under some of the ones I've paid for that I currently still have. And this one, the last one that Mondo did, was a fantastic piece. I love Street Sharks. This for me is a made figure. It'll probably end up on my shelf. It's giant soft vinyl. But again, DC can't sue, TMNT can't sue, Marvel can't sue. Sharkman belongs to the ocean.
Well, unless you put a red hair on them, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you got trouble.
So look, I think this is one of those unique situations where it's, for me, this is absolutely made figure. That's my first love of like the toy industry, is like designer vinyl toys, and I think that this is probably one of the like best versions. I think the 150, to answer the question, was a mistype, because I'm not seeing the one on their site right now it says coming soon at 170. So I don't know if there's like two versions or not.
I don't know either. I think early in the day that was not Steve's plexion on that one. That was mine. I saw it over. I think it was on one of the other toy sites that said it possibly 150. So
yeah, I mean, it could end up being like the Doom figure from Mezco, where it went up for one and then they raised.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, it could be just saying 150. They got you 170, sucker.
Yeah,
right there. Welcome in, every day. The hidden.
What's up?
Yeah, I know. It's like I know, Commander Bly. I know. Hey, we gotta take some pressure off of Steve every now and then.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you're lucky you're not getting kicked off the show for that one, Alex.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I don't collect any cartoon stuff. That's not my thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I understand that 1000%. I love vinyl figures. So.
Yeah. No, really good and everything else like that. And then next one on the list, let's go with here you go. Hot Toys.
Man, look at that head sculpt.
This, I will give credit to one thing. Nothing says that we're going to see him in another Pirates Caribbean than them making actual merchandise. That's a good indication that Johnny Depp actually, through his hard-fought legal case, his reputation is returning back to where it is, because they're not going to do merchandise if they can't sell it. They're selling this. This is a hot toy priced at $300. Currently available. Shipping in between July of this year and December of this year. But wow, and it comes with a bunch of accessories. But this looks exactly like Johnny Depp as the Captain Jack Sparrow. This is beautiful, man. It's still a forget about it for me. But it's forget about it, but make me buy it. Actually, so this is kind of cool on this one.
This is beautiful, and I collect Hot Toys, mostly the Marvel stuff. So I don't know if I would dip into like the one-offs and stuff, because we've seen some cool stuff like Terminators and Predator. They've made Johnny Depp Sparrow figures previously, but this one, going back to shelf piece. Right, if you're into movie memorabilia, if you're into, this is amazing. And I love the base. I think it's well worth $300. Hot Toys, that's the average price, and to get this is pretty incredible. So, one of the coolest characters ever to be on the movie screen. So, I'll take the Jack Sparrow. So it is a made figure for me, folks.
All right.
Yeah. Captain Jack fought his own Red Sonja in court. But this looks fantastic. I mean, this is probably the best Johnny Depp face sculpt I've seen. If you liked Dead Man's Chest, this is a great thing. $300 is pricey, but you're right. It is what those toys go for, and it's got that cool base. So I think it's well worth it. And if you like pirates, it is definitely made figure.
It says Dr. Doom, still my favorite hot toy of all time.
I wish there was more die-cast on that one, but I agree that Doom that came out is pretty amazing. I just wish there was more die-cast. But yeah, this beautiful figure.
Okay. All right, well, we'll move and jump into the next one. By your command, they were listening. Attention, Cylon troop builders. We were listening. So at 7 a.m. this morning, actually, they dropped the 3-pack, which it was pointed out in one of the groups, because I don't remember the packaging of the original Battlestar Galactica, but this mimicked the actual Mattel packaging with the characters drawn on. So it's kind of like a throwback to the original line. This was the thing that Mr. Maddox and I was discussing. We thought, hey man, that's great. I don't want to have to buy all these figures just to get 2 Cylons. This is the point right here. I actually ordered this morning because it's just cool to have some Cylons on my shelf. I remember, hey, we all lived in Southern California. If you went to Universal Studios Hollywood, You remember, and this is all. It always. This is my
Amazing.
version of it. So this looks great. I purchased this. This was made figures for me.
Yeah, it's a made figure. These look great. I love Battlestar Galactica, the original and the redo show, but I don't know. As a kid, you couldn't see Star Wars every time, but you could see it once a week. Battlestar Galactica on TV, and I love it. Looks great. I can't wait.
For as simple as the box is, I like the box too. I mean, they did a really great job here. And there's nothing better than having these bad boys next to some stormtroopers, man, and a classic like soldier shelf piece. So this is made for me as well, and I'm glad that they're bringing back Galactica in a really great way. We're seeing Star Trek toys being better, Galactica figures enhanced. This is what we want. So,
Rad,
figure for me.
Did you get the Viper?
I didn't.
Stu John is right though. Galactica 1980 sucked.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I was so disappointed. You know,
NBC crushed that one into the can.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, how can we do this but cheaper?
Exactly. Yeah. Now it's like we need. We got all these great stuff. Now we need somebody to start working on some Stargate stuff. Come on, guys. Everybody out there, get some great stuff in, man. Got a new show coming to Amazon and everything. And,
I mean, these I bought these. I needed them. I have the Viper and then the other figs, and it's like, well, shit. At this point, like, sure, I'll take a pack.
And Stu John said, "If only the new Star Trek." Yeah, I don't think they'll be making figures out of that series.
They're not selling any figures from any of these new shows. They're
not even selling ad space for that stupid ass show.
Absolutely. So we're gonna roll from that's the end for pre-order mafia for us, and let's roll into plastic news on SKN. That's right. Plastic News on SKN is powered by plasticnews.com, your trusted news source for all things pop culture. Go over to plasticnews.com, and guess what? They even have a convention calendar. Every convention in the entire greater United States is listed, no matter how big and small. Plasticnews.com, we thank them for being a sponsor for the night. We will throw it into, we got popcorn buckets. And this is one I will say, this is popcorn bucket you probably didn't ask for. And we got to see how this movie is going to go. This is one of those cross your fingers films, because I've seen it, and it doesn't look that great, but merchandise is not too bad. Regal Cinema has officially unveiled the centerpiece to its movie merchandise, the Project Hail Mary astronaut helmet popcorn bucket. Cinemark, Marcus Theaters, and Alamo Drafthouse have all announced the Project Hail Mary astronaut helmet popcorn bucket. Cinemark one has been announced at the price of $32.95. I do know that the Regal one lights up, so that's interesting. So right on the side of his helmet, it lights up. They have the standard popcorn and the toppers, but these are okay. I got to give it to Alamo Drafthouse, because they always got to kick it up one extra notch too. Limited editions, but the pint glasses, I think this is what makes Alamo Drafthouse. They did it with Godzilla. They've done it with a couple other features. This is the interesting thing. I don't know if there's going to be too many fans for this, but if you're going to see it, just get yourself a pint glass and pull up the Alamo Drafthouse.
Now,
what do you guys think?
Storm, I think you're wrong about this. This is going to be a great movie. It's from the guy that wrote The Martian. Okay. And from everything I've seen so far, like the first reviews have started coming in, say it's like a masterpiece. Fantastic. So, I didn't know what this was about at first, but once I saw that second trailer, I'm all in. I will be there, and I think it's going to be great.
I will be completely honest. I haven't seen one or two trailers, so I'm going to do research, and then I will let you know next week.
Okay, ready to go.
I think you could, the popcorn bucket, I don't know, like the helmet, I don't know if it had the movie logo on it or not.
It's somewhere on it.
But I mean, if you were like a space collector or NASA or whatever, like you could probably like erase that and keep that as a display. So it's cool. I don't know if this movie is going to generate lots of merchandise sales, but It's unique. I'll trust you, Dr. Brantley. I don't know. I hope so. I love space epics. Most space epics are garbage. So we need a good one. We need a good one.
It's more of like the hard science fiction, like The Martian was, where it's based on, you know, legitimate science, as opposed to Starfleet Academy. You know, they're actually telling a science fiction story and has very big stakes to it. Now, I don't know if people are going to be buying a lot of merchandise for it because of that, because it is, you know, more adult skewing. But a popcorn bucket with a, you know, astronaut helmet, that's kind of cool.
It kind of features in kind of like, you know, when at the end of those PBS programs when they ask you to like, hey, if you want to take, like, no, I'm good. I just watched it. So I don't know if this is gonna work it out. Everything which sucks. Yeah, we know. Star Trek they're getting hammered for this one. I hope this makes the Rock Lord action figure. Okay. We will go on to the next one. And here it is. Oh my goodness. Captain Kirk is rocking it out. But you know what? When it comes to rock and everything, I've got to let my main man right over here, Mr. Chet Maddox, and everything that. You've been waiting for this album, brother, right?
Man, this is like a dream come true for me, I guess, apparently. Yeah, the 94-year-old Canadian actor announced Thursday an upcoming metal album that will feature 35 of heavy music's biggest names, including former Black Flag vocalist Henry Rollins and longtime Ozzy Osbourne guitarist Zakk Wylde. And I mean, nothing screams metal like William Shatner.
I mean, this is amazing. Actually, any 94-year-old doing metal is incredible. But
the last one was Christopher Lee. He did, you know, a heavy metal album as well. Also, I can't wait. And Henry Rollins actually worked with him before on one of his previous albums.
He did, yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be fun.
Welcome in to Castle Grayskull, who actually just
I am on a train.
You became a channel member. Somebody gifted you a channel membership, Castle Grayskull. So I saw that pop in tonight. Yeah. Wow. Come on, Greenland. Look, when you're 94, you're allowed to do what you want to do. Try everything. I'm about as
excited for this as I was when Garth Brooks did his alter ego Christopher Gaines and released that album. So, you know, hey, if it's just as good as that, then I guess, you know, we got power. My aunt and uncle are on a Star Trek cruise with Bill Shatner.
There you go.
Right now, he just sent a video. Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I would love to see like the Kiss makeup on Mr. Shatner here.
I don't think he's going that far.
I would love to see it, but Gene Simmons might sue him, especially if he's wearing a red wig, as we know. Very litigious community.
Well, with the red Mr. Simmons has the thing. I'm sure he would also label this as not as rock either. So, you know, Mr. Shatner, hey, go keep doing your thing, man. Boldly go into rock however you want to.
Love it. Next Super Bowl. Next Super Bowl halftime. Can we get a William Shatner
Commander
performance?
Bly, can you ask what they're calling the elevators on that cruise ship? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, I saw this afternoon. They actually Robert Picardo from, you know, I say Voyager because I devoid the other show. But he was posted on his Instagram, and he was sitting right next to William Shatner, and they were just having him walk aboard. It looked kind of cool. I don't know if I would do something like that, like cruise, but it looked cool. So I'm glad they got that. And actually, we'll hit a couple of more comments right here because it says, there you go. There you go, sir.
I know. I'm sorry.
You started it. There you go. That's cool, man. I'm glad. All right. So we move on to the next one and everything.
Wait. Breaking news. LeVar Burton is releasing a hip hop album, so that's going to
be. He's going by his rap name, Reading Rainbow.
With Wu-Tang Clan. You heard it here first. SKN News, Old Plastic News, our sponsor.
Absolutely. You know, no one knows Oreos better than the double stuffed brother right there, Mr. Brentley. You can go ahead and take it, sir.
Oreo and Marvel team up. Oreo has launched a collaboration with Marvel featuring Stuff of Legends cookies, which include 32 different character designs embossed on classic chocolate sandwich cookies. These limited edition cookies feature color-changing, oh, that's not good, color-changing gray to blue cream. Just wait, they'll change colors. A special fourth pack Stuff of Doom was released in February 2026, featuring Dr. Doom with green tongue turning.
I'm gonna go get these. I'm gonna try them.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm waiting for I'm really waiting for Robert Kennedy Jr. to pop up in the chat right now and say something. So we better stay clear of the Oreos tonight. Folks.
I can just tell you that this is one aspect is that I love how they say color changing and everything. Every time I eat Oreos, it changes colors at the end. I can tell you that. So I don't know what they're doing, but I thought we were supposed to have less stuff. LeBron Burton still can't see. He said, yep. He's still
are these are actually on the shelf? They're in the shelf?
Yeah, they're on the shelves. Yeah.
They look like AI. It looks
no. This is not a joke. Actually, I need to start putting that in front of this stuff. This is not a joke. This is legitimately on the shelf now. I saw this at my local Stater Brothers.
Yeah, they released the Doom ones after they released the other four. So the other Legend ones, there's 4 different packs, and then they released the Doom one. So,
and Castle Grace says, "What did I miss and everything?" I had to catch the replay, but it's a pretty good pre-order Mafia and some issues with some license holders and an actual toy maker. So, like I said, it's pretty good though. I think you would be interested, so catch the replay.
Now,
but glad
if
you're
you
here.
didn't think the original Oreos had enough chemicals in them, this is for you.
Oh yeah, it's got some right here. They got some right here. Radioactive cookies, just what the world needs and everything. Oh yeah, I don't think Europe's getting these.
No
way.
These are exclusive to US and probably Walmart. Let's be honest.
Like I said, this one is the stuff. But yes, no, I'm gonna start putting that in the point. I'm gonna have to start writing. It's not AI, but this is legitimately real.
I mean, let's be honest. They used AI to create.
Oh yes, they did.
The design. I mean, this is like
this is one of those. You can get this right now. It's double stuff too, bro. With radioactive green. So just saying. I don't know if that's a good idea. But we move on to the next one and everything. So, Mr. Maddox, I know you were very concerned about our buddies over at Funko.
I was. Yeah.
And also, if you have not went over to plasticnews.com and read any of the interesting financial updates that Mr. Maddox puts through all the time, he listens to those calls, the earning calls every year.
I spend a lot of time on
it. It is a very interesting read if you're on the backside of how the industry does work. Mr. Maddox, take it away.
Yes, sir. Well, Funko bought itself some time because why not? We need more Funko in our lives. But back in November of last year, we reported how Funko was facing rather turbulent financial waters, in large part due to the tremendous amount of debt the company was carrying on its books, which as of September of last year was only $241 million.
Yeah, only.
The company's brand new CEO, Josh Simon, has been working to try and right the ship, as it were. And last week, it was announced that the company had successfully obtained a debt extension with its creditors from September 17, 2026 to December 31st of 2027, which is where I would like to point out that while you may have debt for, buying groceries and paying bills, it's got to be $241 million to get that big of an extension because it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. And I don't know why this was extended. Funko hasn't produced shit that anyone has wanted in the last 5 years. So I don't know. I mean,
this could be the wrong segment here, but this company is going to be sleeping with the fishes.
It absolutely.
It's already on the bottom, sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, this has had cement shoes and chains on it for a while now. Like I don't know of anything. They tried some cool stuff like the mini pops, the little mini things, but like It's too little, too late. This is great news for dudes that work at landfill.
Wow,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't get it, man. I don't understand how that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Figure this out sooner. You're right. You're right. The swollen
true.
head syndrome.
That's
doesn't
probably
work
the
for
most realistic
CEOs.
statement of
Yes,
the night.
it is.
Yeah.
Now,
Look,
do you
know
want
what
to take bets like at the end of this period in December 35th? I think is the best way to do it. Yeah, we'll pay that on December 35th.
I don't even think they make it there, bro.
But no, is it going to be more or less than the 241 they already owe?
It's going to be more.
They're going to be way more.
Yeah.
What is Funko producing that's going to bring them in the black? There's literally like nothing, like not even like sub companies. No one buys they're cute on the shelf, but like you could put a Funko figure on the shelf in Target and then come back 3 months later and that exact figure is exactly where you left it because nobody wants them.
Got a little more dust on it. But it's like you're not gonna Grogu your way out of this. Okay, like
No.
you're not gonna do it. And if they stopped producing them and just sold everything they had, they're not gonna sell it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna make money.
Funko people who sell Funkos aren't even allowed to come into certain conventions because people just don't want Funkos in their convention. Like that's a legit thing. Like, oh, do you sell Funkos? Yes. Sorry, we don't have a spot for you. Do you sell Funkos? Yes. Sorry, we don't. It's a legitimate thing because it's just a waste. Like it doesn't make any sense. And then you have some people that are trying to sell the one-off Funkos for like $1,000 because it was a chase. It's like, nah, it's not. Get out of here.
Well, Funko's got their problems. So on to the next and everything. What was just announced previously morning, and actually there is an article up on plasticnews.com if you guys want to read it in depth. But Mask is returning. If you've been reading Energon Universe, and we got some Energon news over here that Mr. Maddox and I and another friend of the channel working on right now, bringing more Energon Universe to you. Mask is returning back to comics. That's right. If you read G.I. Joe number 20, you saw Matt Tracker and the team pop up. But if you read Transformers, you've seen Miles Mayhem. So they've been kind of doing this shared universe, and I got to give Skybound this credit. Like a lot of people, IDW and everyone else tried to do this. Robert Kirkman and Skybound is doing it right. Got to give him credit for this one, man. Mr. Maddox and I are both excited about this, and hey, more interesting kind of things coming to you. But it's very well done. If you haven't read the series, head over to your local comic book store, pick up some of them. For Transformers, start episode or issue 25. For G.I. Joe, go over to issue 20. You can start there. It's a very good read. You're probably going to want to definitely jump in on the Mask number 1 because these are all doubling values and they're doing well. That's the best part about this. They're doing, and even Hasbro's embraced it because on their live streams, they've been mentioning this when they've been doing their G.I. Joe live stream. So that's the good thing about this. So what do you guys feel, man? Anybody else reading this other than Mr. Max and myself?
Nope. I was never into Mask, so I'm not going to start now. Sorry.
All right. Well,
yeah, I mean, it seems interesting, but I'll let you all take that one on for the team.
Yeah, I think where this lands different than Mask prior is that it is very heavily involved in G.I. Joe. My real face looks like a mask occasionally. I think that where this is different is that the way that they've introduced Miles Mayhem and Transformers and Mask and G.I. Joe and how it's being written. I am into this, and hopefully, they find someone else to start making toys instead of loyal subjects. I am exclusively into toys. This may draw me back into comics. There's a multiverse, Mr. Strange. Yeah.
Okay. To answer the hidden, I don't know. They just kind of revealed him, but they haven't done his backstory. So G.I. Joe 20, he shows up in. Yeah, you might want to check it, but they haven't kind of done his backstory. I think they're probably waiting for this issue right here, Mask 1, which will be out during the summer. So, from there, we will move on to, Jorge Jimenez is the artist that's drawing this very popular thing that's going to come out. He's the artist right now on Batman Volume 4, which he's doing a great job of that. But for the first time, we get to see something that he was excited about. He said, my first Peter Parker drawn in a comic ever, and to have it alongside his great friend, Clark Kent. Well, you can imagine just how I'm enjoying this. And if you look at that, that is kind of interesting. You know, we forgot 2 reporters, one's a photographer. You know, it kind of makes sense. It's also written by Mark Waid, which, if you know anything, Mark Waid is a great writer. I got a feeling this is going to be a really good crossover.
I mean,
it already looks well drawn, man.
Mark Waid did some of the best Daredevil.
Yeah. Also, you know, Impulse. You know, he's done a lot. What is it? Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Mark Waid's the dude. So this is not going to be one of those that you just half-assed. It looked like they're really pulling out the punches for this. Anybody else interested in this?
Well, this cover looks way better than the cover we showed last week.
The Frank Miller's not on this one, bro. They made sure they took the best for the rest and everything. But this will be in your local comic stores. This will be and March 2nd is your you want to order before the pre-order, because I do have a feeling this is probably going to sell out. And it says, God help us with all the planets aligned and the movies starting to be made by DC and Marvel characters together. The multiverse is already slop.
Yeah.
When these companies stop making money, and they're getting close to it with all these comic book movies, that's the next thing they're going to do is start the Marvel DC crossovers. And it's just going to be a mess.
This looks interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, Sir Greenland says, okay, I stand corrected. This will draw me back in the comics. Next one says, I'm not a fan of the race swaps. A lot of fans aren't. I don't know how this is going to go for the mask thing. We just got to wait and see. But it's interesting. It's been all the way back since the IDW book. So for some reason,
I think 2016 it was.
Yeah. So they're being consistent now on this. So we'll see what's going on. It says talk about color coordinating. Yay! I guess they call each other before they leave the house. Got a good point about that.
Are you going to wear your black suit today? Oh, okay. Well, let's go with red and blue.
Exactly. It says, have you guys seen the new Masters of the Universe toy range? Oh yeah. Yes, we have.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about how it looks very similar to another line that is currently being crowdfunded. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, looking kind of cool, man. Looking kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. With that, that's the end of our plastic news on SKN tonight. And hey, like to thank everybody that's tuning into us. We're in that ramp down part of the show right here, so get your seatbelts ready. But we'd like to thank our channel members, and I see the 5 new members that came into the family tonight. The Shadow Elite, the Syndicate, the Prospects. We thank everyone, and also big shout out to Meeks for gifting those 5 channel memberships out tonight. Absolutely fantastic. We've got some things. If you don't know where to find this, well, you can find this on the Syndicate Discord. That is right, the Syndicate Discord. Hey, no algorithms. No gatekeeping, just pure fandom. It's a place where all your fandom can go. Everything from Star Trek to Star Wars. You can get dogs and cats shaking hands, loving one another. It's one of those things that anything can be possible on the Syndicate Discord. And if you're having a problem with some of your purchase order links, Amazon links not working for you, the guys over at the Syndicate Discord and the purchase links have been on it. They have saved our guys endless hours of scrolling, trying to find things on Amazon or over at Hasbro Pulse or wherever. Really a testament to all just the shared community over there. People working hard right there. So make sure you go over there. It's the Discord and network for Shadow Knows Network, Sarlacc Digest Podcast, and Blitz Transmission, the Syndicate Discord, your one and all place for fandoms. We jump into where can you guys find this? Hey, it's always the thing. The people always ask us questions. Well, we've got some answers for you. On March 7th, now, unfortunately, this is closed to the public, but we've been invited, all members of the Shadow Knows Network, behind the scenes and everything. So we're going to see everybody comes through. But Survivor's Arcade, he has a hidden arcade that was at one point located in a different spot. It's in the new area, but he decided to put a 100%. Oh, have a great weekend, everyone. I shall see you all soon. Hey, have a great weekend to yourself. but he's doing a fundraiser for the Fallbrook Animal Sanctuary, and he's just not going to just throw on any event and just for no reason. So he decided to do that. And if you can go over to the Fallbrook Animal Sanctuary.org, or you can go over to holygrailtoys.com. There's a big button on there that says donate. If you like a place that all the members that work at the sanctuary are volunteers, no one gets paid, and it's a no-kill shelter. So, you know, they try to find every pet a home and everything. So it's a very good point. We'll be there on March 7th, trying to have a good time on that. On March 13th through the 15th, you can get us here in Burbank, California at the TF Con. And it's going to be myself, Scully, going to be Mr. Maddox. We'll see if Rad's going to pop in, but we're going to.
Oh, yeah. I'll be
know
there.
Frank Welker. And hey, what's going on in chat? There you go. Like I said, Frank Welker is going to be there and Peter Cullen. So, you know, that's interesting enough. You know, again, the gentlemen are getting up there in age. You want to see
I'm here for your wallet.
But that's in the city of Burbank, the 13th through the 15th. Make sure you guys are going over there. And then our very first live remote, if you watch the channel, you know we've been doing this all over the United States. It's going to be at Toy Atlanta in Duluth, Georgia on March 27th through the 29th. Yet, got a little surprise for you. While we will be there in Duluth, Georgia, we will also be double simulcasting because we will have a live on-the-ground person at WonderCon. Scully will be at WonderCon. So we're going to try to see if the Wi-Fi gods let us work where we can actually have him on at the same time at WonderCon, and we're on over at Toy Atlanta. Great time. If you haven't been to Toy Atlanta, very good community show. And WonderCon, very good corporate show. So it's going to be two different extremes on two different coasts. Looking forward to that weekend. And one last thing, Mondays, you know you start the week. You're into your week with us. You start your week with us. Great panel. Just
hey, thanks, Leano. Appreciate
it. On Mondays, our Syndicate brothers over on the Sarlacc Digest podcast channel run the Sarlacc Toy Chest, all things Star Wars toys, with Darth Moocher over there and Scott Solo. Tommy is a guest host over there from Blitz Transmission, and myself. Monday, got some things to talk about. A lot of Star Wars was dished out. There are going to be a lot of interesting things. So make sure you join us on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sarlacc Digest podcast channel for the Sarlacc Toy Chest. You can always catch us on Wednesdays here, Toy Box Chronicles at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Shadow Zones Network. After us, the Sarlacc Digest podcast, all the deep dives and everything that's going through Star Wars that doesn't cover the toys on Monday. Hit them on Wednesday. Fridays, you can hit us with Good Morning Toy Box at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. Myself and Mr. Maddox giving you a weekend review for all the things that you missed. And then right now, you're joining us here on the Shadows Network, Pixel Plastic Inc., how you should end your weekend, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, and we got a little thing coming up for the channel members on Monday. We will be releasing a new series called the Kaiju Files. And that's something we worked on. That actually has a sponsor. That's by Bandai SH Monster Arts. And I don't know, do we have a little snippet or something that we can show them on it? Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Goes out to channel members first on Monday, and then on Tuesday, it'll be out for the general public. So that's one of the perks of being a channel member here. And also look for the return of action figure frequencies back to the channel for channel members only, and also for our buddies over at Bandito Radio 112 FM.
I am excited about action figure frequency coming back, my friend.
Yep. And again, one last thing, Energon Universe. Look for that announcement real soon. Myself, Mr. Maddox, and a special somebody that's in the chat right now. We're working on it right now, bouncing off ideas. And I found out got a guest artist from one of the Energon books. already. So it's looking very interesting, man. So a lot of good things happening over here. Rad as always, man. You know,
What a show! What
Rolling,
amazing show!
Yeah,
I just got a cease and desist on Red Sonja, so
oh man, oh man.
There's somebody right there's thinking about it.
Yeah.
If that's any indication, somebody's teasing that.
We got so much content on the channel, our partner channels, the Discord community. We got conventions, we got all the things. So we recapped all. It's an incredible time to be a member. We appreciate you coming in, whether it's all the shows. One that the first time coming in, we saw a couple of new people come in. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, drop the comment. We appreciate it, man. We love doing this stuff, right? And we love chatting with all of you. No egos, everything, just talking toys, having fun. So we appreciate you all hopping in, supporting us, and talking all things pop culture. So you all have a great rest of your week and weekend. We're back at it on Monday. Thanks all. Peace out. Stay safe and good night.